Hello and welcome. Today I'm bringing you a tier 7 Japanese carrier match. I am in the Hiryuu and the enemy is also a Hiryuu. This match is from a recent stream, I think. Yeah, quite sure actually. Sorry, this isn't 60 FPS. That is pushed into tomorrow again, because it turns out that to render a 60 FPS video it takes way too long compared to this one. Anyways, I head mostly straight through the map. Also, I obviously launched torpedo bombers first, then dive bombers, and then fighters, because there is no reason to launch fighters first. At least not before torpedo bombers. My plan isn't to really strike the enemy carrier. I wanted to go for the enemy battleship, but because this guy is using his fighters to potentially annoy me, I think I might actually just go and try to kill the carrier. Because I already wanted to be done with the strike, but if this is the kind of stuff that he's gonna do, nope, I am going to go end him. Anyways, I'm gonna win this fighter battle because I had more time. You know, I focused both of my fighters onto one of his fighters and then moved on to the next fighter. This actually gives me, you know, a significant advantage. Now the important part is to not get struck by the enemy carrier. I'm flying over a Königsberg, which is fine because it's a cruiser that doesn't have the anti-air ability, and there is nothing to protect this Hiryuu, so she is dead. Sorry, but you can't really do anything about it anymore because, you know, nobody's protecting you, so you're just dead. Sorry. Drop the torpedoes because, you know, get a flooding and 2 floodings. Good enough. Wait. Oh, he already has fighters up again. Oh well, whatever. I'm gonna drop 1 dive bomber first, and then the second one later. He probably has already used his repair on the flooding, and I'll do the second dive bomber drop immediately because he does have both fighters up, so I can't really save them, but I think that this Hiryuu is a gunner. Sadly, I flew my torpedo bombers and dive bombers over the enemy fleet on the way back, but I mean, I got the carrier, so it's completely fine. I decide to head a bit further away, so that my carrier doesn't die, because now I have free reign, because the enemy carrier was the first strike for me. If he hadn't tried to intercept my torpedo bombers and would have just let me go do a strike on one of the cruisers or battleships, I probably wouldn't have gone after the Hiryuu. But because of that, and I mean, it just gave me a great opportunity because I managed to engage his fighters. So I knew that I could do it. The only questionable part was whether he was gonna be protected by enemy cruisers or not. And he wasn't. Now I decide that since the carrier is actually gone and we are pushing on one side and the other side isn't pushing as the enemies, I might as well go closer by and just hug an island, and then I should be fine. My priority is to try to spot destroyers with my fighters and try to strike battleships with torpedo bombers and have dive bomber follow-ups. Although I guess I could strike like some cruisers that don't have an anti-air ability. Or at least try to. Especially since these aren't very high tier ships, so they don't have like an amazing amount of AA like this Omaha. So I'll try to hit this Omaha with torpedo bombers, although it's not going to do a whole bunch of damage. I mean, it's not going to kill her, but it's still gonna do a whole bunch of damage. I don't know if it's worth it to try to follow up on the Omaha, actually. I mean, I could probably sink her, I only need 1 torpedo hit, but the thing is that I maybe should have just used this on the Haruna and tried to cause a flooding. Oh, apparently one torpedo wasn't enough actually. I needed both of them. So I'll try to keep spotting the destroyers with fighters. And I guess I'll just try to use my dive bombers on the Hiryuu to set her on fire and set her on fire again. I don't know where the second destroyer... Oh, actually I do know where the second destroyer is. She is there and she appears to be AFK, so I can use my second fighter to just fly around to... what's it called? Try to shoot down cruiser and battleship launched fighters.
Waypoint reached.
So the Hiryuu has most likely... Actually, she hasn't repaired the fire. I guess it could be that she has already used her damage control party as she was being shot by some friendly ships. So I'll just try to do a follow-up with my time. Actually, maybe I should just hit this Smutski, because she's like AFK and stuff. Wow, only one fire. And only one bomb hit. Really? On a stationary destroyer. Oh well, whatever. It happens. I mean, that destroyer there is free experience, so I might as well do it myself, rather than let my allies get it. And I think this cruiser is a good target now as well, because she is going to be annoying, and she's a Furutaka, so she doesn't have anti-air abilities. I don't try to drop incredibly close, because converging spread on Japanese torpedo bombers, so I can do stuff like that. I guess I'll try to sink this Mitsuki immediately with the converging spread. I mean, I can just drop really far away so it converges completely, because it's rather evident that fires and stuff aren't gonna be enough, and why would I let friendlies get the kill if I can just take it myself? That would be like sharing and stuff. Obviously have to keep following this destroyer around so that my friendly battleship doesn't die. And yeah, this is gonna take care of the Mitsuki. Oh wow! Only 2 torpedoes hit, and the other 2 completely missed. That's actually surprising. It did look like at least 3 would hit. Oh well. I'll try to dive bomb this Furutaka as a follow-up. Sadly, I didn't quite drop properly on the first one. Only got an incapacitation, although I think I was a bit unlucky there, but the drop could have been better though. So I'll try to do better this time, although nope, I messed up. I was a bit too far on the side, and I did the drop a bit too late. This one should be good though. Yep. Only 1 hit though, and 1 fire. Rather unfortunate RNG, I guess, but 1 is enough. Okay, the Mitsuki is gone on the enemy team, so at this point there's mostly battleships and cruisers. I mean, there's only battleships and cruisers left, and I can mostly concentrate my efforts on the battleships. But I would like to take care of this Miyoko because she is a ship that can have the anti-air ability, I think. So, yeah. Especially because I could potentially take care of her pretty quickly. Although, I'm not doing very well on that front, apparently. Was hoping for a flooding, so a follow-up would have been a death sentence most likely, but unfortunately didn't quite work out. I'll have to bring in the fighters to deal with that fighter. And then actually maybe I could do a drop on the battleship instead. But I mean, maybe it's worth it to just try to hit the Miyoko, since I did take care of the fighter, or will take care of the fighter in a moment. And yeah, actually I guess I'll just use dive bombers to follow up on this battleship. Come on, Miyoko, catch the torpedoes. She is dodging rather nicely, but she doesn't have the anti-air ability apparently, and she is pretty much alone, so can't really do that much about it, although she is dodging the torpedoes rather well. So I mean, I used 2 torpedo bombers and I did not manage to sink her, even though she was like less than half HP. So I guess I should have just dropped on something else instead with those torpedo bombers and just let my friends take care of the Miyoko. But I was afraid that she was gonna interfere with dropping on this New Mexico. This was a bit of a poor drop, but I got really lucky on the 4 target hits. That was definitely RNG in my favor. Okay, let's try to finish the job on the 3rd drop. This is getting a bit too wasteful now. But then again, her anti-air does keep shooting down some of my planes, so I can't really do all that much damage to her, especially with the way she dodges. But I only need like 1 or 2 hits and then she's gone. Okay, good. Would have got 2 hits too, but 1 was enough. Okay, now I can just finish this New Mexico off, I guess, with more dive bombers. Oh, and 1 torpedo bomber group, I guess. Although, I don't know, maybe she will be sank by somebody else before I get to that point. Although, if you think about it, if I hadn't done so much this game, I think we would have lost, because even with all of my contribution, we still lost half our team, even though I completely neutralized the enemy carrier immediately, and then kept doing massive damage to enemy ships and finishing them off. Oh well, I was there, so kind of a moot point, I guess. Since it's just a New Mexico and I have all the time in the world to reposition and stuff, I think I can have some good times. I do need to learn how to drop better on Japanese torpedo bombers, like learn how to use the converging spread properly. Like it's not the fact that I don't know how to drop, it's more the fact that the maneuverability of the ships feels rather unexpected. But anyways, we won the game. Somebody else finished her off. Pretty good, 9600 experience, obviously with multipliers. 385k credits, 19 torpedo hits, 17 bomb hits, only 4 planes shot down, 10 fires, 7 floodings, Confederate, First Blood, Kraken Unleashed, Devastating Strike, and High Caliber, of course. Team score 2132. Number 2 did not even reach 1000, so I was essentially at double the score of anyone else, except, you know, maybe that Haruna over there and Miyoko if they had won instead, but, you know, we won, so I guess I did a whole lot this game compared to everyone else. Because that's a pretty gigantic lead. I mean, more than double than anybody else is massive. I did actually deal a lot of damage this game. I mean, what is this? This is 154, 176k, 178k damage, something like that. And I made a large amount of profit too. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe and thanks for watching.